What's up, everybody? You're listening to Podcastrophe. You can find us by searching Podcastrophe on all of your favorite podcasting platforms like Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, and more. You can also find us at JourneyIntoComics.com. We drop a new episode every single Thursday. Be sure to subscribe to Podcastrophe to get the show and exclusive content. We record each episode live every Tuesday around 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, and you can watch that on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Just follow Podcastrophe on any of those platforms, and be sure to chat with us. Also, be sure to check out the Journey into Comics Network and all of its amazing shows. Now, on with the show!
The following Journey into Comics.
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 Journey into Comics
Network.
Production.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. Stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I have a handful of beer.
Welcome to the episode.
Whoa! I severely underestimated how long that intro is.
Yes, you did.
And I was in the process of getting beer, and oh shit, the intro is about over. I gotta actually introduce the show. I'm your host, Dick. I'm one of your hosts. I got the other host over here, Dave. What's up?
What up?
This is episode 125.
125?
We've made it this far somehow.
God damn.
Things might be slowing down in the near future. I don't know. We've been talking about it today, and I'm seeing how things are going to go. We're probably going to go to a bi-weekly release schedule, which means probably a bi-weekly show schedule. Still be on Wednesdays, still dropping on Thursdays, and the off week I might do something here and there, maybe a stream. I don't know. We'll have to find out, but we have a special guest in the house returning after his triumphant entrance with episode whatever the fuck that was, like 110, I think.
110, 111.
110. It was Arkose After Dark. We got Mr. Kyle Hostetter from Arkose.
What's up?
And Far Cry from Innocence and whatever other
all kinds of other shit.
All the other bands you've been in. He's done things.
You got an actual rock star here.
We got a rock star.
Something like, yeah.
We got a rock star. You're a rock star too, Dave.
I'm not a rock
you
star.
Are, you are a rock star.
We're all rock stars
in
here,
your own
okay?
right.
We all rock
This is a rock star space.
Look, we all just want to be big rock stars.
Oh, God, don't.
Yeah.
Don't finish that.
Something
Fucking
about-
don't finish that.
I have to.
That's the other band I played in, Nickelback. I forgot about that.
You got the voice for it.
I know.
Oh, shit.
So here's the funny thing about that.
Oh, fuck.
Lance and I. So Lance used to play in this cover band called Return to Zero,
Yeah.
and they recently decided to get back together with a new vocalist, me. So we're doing cover. We've got a cover band now, which we've
Oh my
practiced with
God.
a couple of times.
Nice.
Okay, so far we have done 2 Nickelback songs.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I bet Lance loves that.
Oh, both Lance and I love it. I don't think anybody in the band actually. I mean, maybe somebody does, but I think it's more along the lines of like, when you go and play in a bar, somebody's requesting Nickelback.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I've done
that's
I've
the
done the
thing.
cover band thing. Like you have to play songs that you don't like.
Yes,
It's just
absolutely.
part of the. It just comes with the
That
territory.
makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
I remember, so I went and saw, what were they called? No Apparent Reason. It's my buddy Joe's old band, and Hans Reese and Jerome.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's Jerome's old band. You
okay, I know
Jerome.
He's in my band.
Yeah, he's in your band. Dave and the Lenders.
Ugh.
Shout out.
I hate that name.
But Joe invited me out to this show. It was a Halloween show, and it was when it was Hunter's Pub. Not Hunters Down Under. Not Hunters Down Under, but Hunter's Pub. It's the Legacy Pub. Or
Oh,
whatever
okay.
now.
Yeah.
On the south side.
And I was like, send me a list of the songs you guys are going to be playing. I knew probably out of like a 3-hour set, I probably knew 2 songs. I was like,
They were Nickelback songs, weren't they?
they weren't. Nope.
It's
Nope.
like,
No
look
Nickelback.
at that photograph.
No, it wasn't Nickelback. It was that other group that sounds like Nickelback.
Creed.
Like
Creed does not sound like Nickelback.
Hinder, Theory of the Dead Man.
Theory of the
Creed.
Dead Man for
Pretty much
sure.
any of those bands.
Theory of the Dead Man for sure.
There's probably another
Hinder-
one. Tantric.
Tantric.
Who was didn't
They played here recently.
Tantric did?
Yeah, they played with Puddle of Mud and Trapped.
Oh, why am I not surprised?
You know, it was the Has Been tour.
Has maybe
There was
once
another.
been,
There was Saliva was on that too.
I've seen Saliva live. They fucking kick ass. Or they used to. I mean, this was 15, 16, 17 years ago.
I actually really wanted to go to that show because Trapped and Puddle of Mud were my shit in high school and middle school.
Oh,
and
man.
before that, because I'm a kid. I was a kid when Headstrong came out. Like
Headstrong was a good song. I don't even remember.
that CD's good.
It'll take you on.
Yeah.
It'll take on anyone.
You know,
Take you on.
beyond the song Headstrong, they actually have like a good catalog of music.
Wasn't Still
Headstrong
Frame? Was that a
2.
trap song? That was a good song.
Still Frame,
Wasn't
Echo.
bad. Even the first Puddle of Mud album, I didn't think was
Come
terrible.
Clean.
But now when I listen to it, all I hear are like them ripping off of other artists. So, like, fucking, what is it? Suicidal Tendencies. I Saw Your Mommy and Your Mommy's Dead. And that's She Hates Me. That is that fucking.
No shit.
That is that song.
Well, that's off that first album.
You're right.
yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
Same fucking song.
Yeah.
Same guitar riff, same drum pattern, same
I
everything.
love that. I love the Suicidal Tendencies song. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Alex Taylor says they request Nickelback and then go home to beat their wives. That got
Accurate.
dark. That got dark.
You know what?
Dark but true.
Dark but true. Yeah.
Dark but true.
Thank you.
Oh God, now we're gonna have to play that song too.
Request it. If you guys go see that band.
Dark but
Return to
True.
Zero?
Return to Zero.
I'm glad I know the name of that band now. He always talked about being in a cover band, but he never said the name of the
Yep.
band.
I'm gonna go to it and request like 50 swing songs.
Wasn't he in Judgment?
Yes.
Okay.
Judgment. That was another project where he wanted me to play drums on, and then it just never, because they were going to re-record. They had a demo from like 1992, and I shit you not, like one of the songs on that demo sounds like, I believe, Eyeless from Slipknot, but
Okay.
that was 99. This was a 1992 demo, and it
Wow.
was almost like, I'm trying to remember if that was the song. It was a Slipknot song from their first album, and I'm like,
Well, I mean, shit, Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat, I believe came out in 95, so
95,
maybe there was
96,
some
somewhere in there.
connections. Maybe there's some connections there. I mean,
Lance isn't telling us that.
they're all Midwest.
Right.
We're all Midwest. Iowa's Midwest.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Midwest of the world, by the way, not Midwest of the United States.
Of the world.
We're pretty far east as far as the United States go. Maybe Middle East of the U.S.
I mean, we're the
Middle Easterns of the U.S.
we're. Oh God.
Huh.
Location-wise.
I mean, I think maybe not exactly personality-wise as to them, but like we're definitely like that brand of American. We have our own.
Dude, you have a handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
Of course, we're that brand of Americans.
Yeah. Like
'Cause
we're
if you had a pet bald eagle right now, I'd have him sitting on my fucking shoulder.
There's
Oh,
nowhere
fuck, get
else in
one.
America where you really get this. You're pretty much stuck with this in the Northwest Territory.
Is that like this, like where a dude with a handlebar mustache asks you to come down to your basement and then gives you beer?
Yeah. The
But
only,
does it
the only
actually
thing's
give you
missing
beer?
is like a dartboard and like a fucking 12-point buck on the wall, you know?
Right.
In Hale Dale.
And Hail Dale. Hail Dale, raise hail. Praise Dale, raise. Praise Dale, raise hail.
Hale.
That's it.
Hail. I got it right. I should have got that right. I yelled that out during band number one's song Heritage.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Band number
It's just,
one.
it's
Ooh,
just
that's a good
that
band.
song is just me yelling Heritage the whole fucking time because I couldn't come up with better lyrics.
Did you
That's
guys
every song I ever write. So.
that second mix and match whatever like Doom Room show?
Oh, the
did that
random
ever
band?
come into like? Did that ever happen?
Yeah,
Yep.
Did it?
yeah. I didn't get to do it.
No. Okay.
I
was there the first time I was there.
Yeah. No, so I was playing guitar this time around and it wasn't really gelling with me. So, and
Gotcha.
then we could never get together enough. I wasn't able to practice during the week. So the only time I could really practice that was during our practices, which weren't happening often enough. So I wasn't able to really get into it. And then it just, our other guitarist, he basically just said, "Hey, I'm pulling the plug."
Right.
And they end up, him and a couple other people, like the drummer from this band, and then a couple other people went on to make a new band called Last Minute.
Should have been called Pulled Plug.
Pulled the plug.
Ooh,
Because
Nice.
then the abbreviation could have just been PP.
which is hilarious.
I like it.
Hey, you guys going to check out PP this weekend? And pulled plug. There's some of my friends.
Fuck yeah.
I was in the random band.
Yeah, and you're much like band number one. You saw post random band challenge success.
Yeah, we had a show. We got another show a day after we debuted.
Nice.
It took us a whole 4 months for the next show.
I didn't even know you guys did a second. I thought it was just a one and done.
We put on a combination like podcasting show.
Hi, Pod Daddy.
What up, Pod Daddy? Thank you for blessing this podcast. Podcastrophe.
Podfather's here.
If you go watch on YouTube or Twitch, we're not primed. I promise you.
He said non-primed.
Oh, non-primed. Okay, I misread it.
Oh wait, you're like watching that on your
here.
phone too? Is that so you can make sure like you look good in the light?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. I was like, man, do I look gross? Yep.
But
We're doing good.
We did a show called Fun for Funds where it was a fundraiser where we did like the first part of the day podcasting and at the bar for whoever was there. Not many people were there.
Hey,
Hey.
there was a good amount.
There was you.
My mom was there. You hush up.
During the podcasting part?
Yeah.
No shit. I didn't remember that. Read better, Dick. It's all the way over there, and I got a giant light in my face. Whatever. So after the podcasting, we did the actual show part, and it was just a big old fundraising event for the Journey into Comics Network. I can't wait till we do it again.
Same.
I don't know if I'll be able to participate in the next Fun for Funds, but see,
Get you in there.
we were planning on another Fun for Funds up north, like a northern edition, since half the network's up there and half the network's down here. Since we already did one down here, we're gonna go up there. And that was when like Chris Plant was still on the network. I'm pretty sure he's still part of the network. He just hasn't had a show for a while because his basement flooded and all of his shit all of his shit got fucked. So he stopped podcasting for a while, but he was part of a band called Get By. And I guess he's not part of that band anymore, but when we were planning this, he was, and we were like, yeah, let's do a show with Get By and Walk Among Us again, and then whoever else we can get. Like the whole purpose of Fun for Funds was every band had a host on the network. So we had band number one. We went up first. Yesterday's Chips played.
You play second?
I think you guys played second.
I think we did.
And then Walk Among Us, and then Boner Jovi.
There's no one in that band that's on the network. Nick's not in Boner Jovi.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, we couldn't get Weed B.
Yeah.
We couldn't get Weed B, so Nick hooked us up since he's kind of a roadie for Johnny Bon Boner. Which one is he again? I can never remember their names.
That's a smaller one, right?
Yeah.
There's Johnny Von Boner and John, I think. I don't remember their names.
We're fucking this up so bad.
Sounds like an interesting band.
Boner Jovi's the greatest band on the planet.
Yeah.
They've
surprised you never heard of them.
They've written.
I've heard of Bon Jovi.
Well, okay, they're a rip-off band.
Yeah, Bon Jovi ripped off
Boner Jovi. They're known for such hits like "I Want to Rock," "Rock You Like a Hurricane," "Living on a Prayer," "The Trooper," "I Want to Be Somebody." What's that other one? That one that Skid Row ripped off.
18 in Life. No,
Youth
Gone Wild.
Youth Gone Wild. Yeah,
yeah.
fucking
Skid Row ripped that song.
and then Judas Priest ripped off a bunch of songs from them too, like Breaking the Law and Living After Midnight.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
Basically,
sense.
a bunch of bands ripped off Boner Joe.
And Boner Joe's always like really good about just leaving whatever part of the world they're on their world tour and coming back to Lafayette to play a show.
Yeah, on their triple-decker helicopter.
Triple-decker helicopter.
Dubbed the Red Rocket.
Forgot it was called that. Oh my God.
We're dumb.
Yep.
Our friends are dumb,
Yep.
but we love them.
Yep.
Yeah, if you ever see Boner Jovi on a bill, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's
I'm
a
trying
blast.
to force myself to get out there and go to more shows now. So
You should.
Yeah.
Shows are fun.
Yeah, it's been a while. I figured, you know what? Like, here I am playing shows, and I invite all my friends, and then it's like, fuck, I don't go to shows. So maybe I should start. So I went, was a couple weeks ago, and saw the Green Leaves, Controvert, Euros, and King's Gambit at the
Nice.
spot, I believe.
So like, that's like 3 bands that Kevin Cox has been in. All in one.
Do you mean
Yes.
Malice Misery?
I mean Malice,
Malice.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I better stop talking.
We're supposed to.
I better not talk shit, or else he's gonna come to my Facebook page.
Yeah, you better watch out.
And that's it.
You could have beef for no reason like he did with my band.
I'll stay out of that. I'll stay out of the beef with Malice.
It's for the best. He'll come to your page.
I've known Malice for a long time, so.
So have I.
Yeah.
I haven't even known him. I've just been around him enough.
Right.
Like, because I'm from Delphi too.
Mm-hmm.
My dad driving past him, like pissed off because him and whoever the hell else, like, we're just in a line, we're walking down the road.
Right.
Just taking up half the road. And I remember my dad, like, what the fuck, fucking kids?
And then he hit him with his car.
If only.
I remember it was like I'd graduated high school, and that summer I was at Indiana Beach with a girl, and this dude fucking comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, dude, it's me, Kevin." I'm like, I vaguely recognized him, but I didn't really remember. Like, we didn't talk in high school. I didn't really know him in high school. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, you're a drummer. I'm a drummer. Like, we'll play drums." He's like, "Check it out. My band's playing this weekend." And he's got this white, like, Hanes shirt that he just wrote on with marker.
Which
And
band was that?
It's
Pretty
got
punk
it's If Forever Were a Day.
Oh,
like,
Ifwad?
way back in the day.
Wow.
And so he turns around and he's got all the bands that they're playing with, and underneath it says "Pain Is Our Forgiveness." I was like, that's my fucking band. Like, what the fuck?
Bro.
So we started playing shows
Who was in
together, and-
Ifwad?
Oh, Caleb Buffenbarger.
Okay, yeah.
I think the younger Dickman, Anthony,
Oh,
fucking Youngblood
Ben
from
Dickman.
King's Gambit was guitar player back when he was like shy and just played
Yeah.
guitar and didn't say anything. And
God, Ben's been in a lot of
then
those
Malice,
bands.
and yeah, Dickman's been in a lot of bands, and then I grew up with his older brother Zach,
Zach,
who's
yeah.
been playing.
Zach
for a
was in the
while.
Shipwrecked, wasn't he?
I don't know. I know Cold Dark Night, Our
Yeah.
Hero Returns, Euros. He's had a bunch of other ones that I can't remember. Which we're supposed to do his podcast sometime in the near
yeah.
future.
I've been
Band
hearing
shop.
about that podcast. Apparently, it's right over, like, a block away.
Really?
It's not
That's
far.
pretty sweet.
I heard about that podcast as well.
What's it called
The
again?
Band Shop.
Yep, the band shop.
Mhm.
Yeah, Weed B's been on that.
Yeah. Nick gave him like the Chips contact information.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep, he's a good dude. Zach is. I saw him once, and that was at that show like 2 weeks ago. That was the first time I'd seen him in years,
Nice.
But it was like showing up and then seeing like all the old guard of the old scene from back,
Oh,
like
yeah.
15 years ago.
Right. Like,
So and Alan went with me.
I
so
never
didn't
got
have
to
go
see a
alone.
Cold Dark Night. I really wanted to see a Cold Dark Night because Nathan Burge is a beast
Right.
vocally.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. They had this one song. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember it being on MySpace, and it was like a complete rip off of Hourglass from Lamb of God.
Yeah.
I was like, this is Hourglass, and I played it side by side, and it's straight up Hourglass, but it's
Yeah.
awesome. It was different enough, but it had the
Yeah.
like it's
Cold Dark Night had a pretty big following, and I can't say I really like super understood why. I think they were all like talented. I think they were a
Yeah.
good band, but I don't know.
well, they hit that.
I feel like during that time period there were a lot of other bands like California Collar, which went on to become King's Gambit, like got overshadowed quite a bit.
Yeah, I remember California Collar,
Yeah.
and I've seen King's Gambit. They weren't bad.
We played with them.
Yeah, I saw them at the theater. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we play with them at.
It was probably the same show.
It was us, Sluts, King's Gambit, and like two other bands, I think.
Yeah, that's probably the show. That's probably the same show I was at. I mean, it probably was because I mean I always see you guys whenever I can. so-
Oh, shucks.
And the sluts.
Oh, the Sluts.
Oh, the sluts.
Sorry, they're called just Sluts.
Yeah,
They're
sluts.
not the Sluts anymore.
I love Sluts.
It's an okay band.
Oh, I wasn't talking about the band.
I knew. I was trying to save face, but
They definitely grew on me. I used to not be able to stand them at all because I hated Robbie's vocals because he sucks. But it's grown on me, and now it's like his suck is like just part of their charm.
it's just dirty punk rock.
It's just
Right.
Dirty
best-
punk rock.
the
like
best
I wasn't
kind.
into it then, and now it's like I get what you're going for, and you know what? You're doing exactly what you're going for, and I can't be mad at that.
Just
Right.
And I'm gonna enjoy myself while you suck. Like, I'm gonna let you suck because you want to suck, and that's part. I feel like I'm not even talking shit right now. Like I'm just like, you know what? Do your thing, and you're having fun. Go for it,
Right.
because we're all enjoying it too. You know,
Yeah.
everybody has a good time at those shows.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has a good time at those shows. So, got a lot of people in the chat right now. We got Patrick Yoki popped in. What up, Patrick? Trevor Gick. I don't know if
What
he's
up?
still here. That was a little bit ago. Kyle Hostetter's in the chat.
Oh shit! I love that guy. That guy's so
That guy's pretty
cool.
cool.
Aaron was in here a little bit ago too, but he never said anything.
Was he?
Yeah, it says Aaron Smith joined.
Aaron Smith. Aaron Smythe, actually.
Smythe. Oh,
Yeah, Smythe.
Smythe.
Smithy.
Goes along the lines of Lance Rasmussen.
I could have swore it was Rasmussen because it would make sense. Like the way language works, like that's how that name would be pronounced. But I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Rasmussen.
So
miss
where's
Lance.
so you had topics? Did you jot these down?
I
you
do.
have note
They're on my
cards?
phone. I don't know if
Is
I'm
it-
ready to get to them
You
yet
have
or
a
not.
speech prepared?
Nope.
Jesus.
I demand a speech.
I thought this was a scripted. You know, first time I came on here, I'm like, "Where's the script?" at?
7 years ago.
Nothing in my life is scripted, so I wouldn't expect this show to be.
I had a dream that this show would be successful. 2 years later, it's not.
God damn, I feel
But
that.
fuck it, I'm still doing it.
You know what? According to my phone right now, there are 5 people watching.
Yeah,
so-
I see 6. It says 6
Is
up
it
there.
6?
Mine says 6.
My phone's a fucking liar. Mine still says 5.
Because you know what? Because the 6th one is you.
Oh, okay. So it is 5. Technically 5. Technically 4 because he's watching it.
Well, it should be more than that because
Technically 3 because I'm watching.
because I think all right. So I'm watching it here, but I'm also watching it there. He's watching it there, but also right there. Shouldn't that should count?
Yeah, I should like,
This should boost the numbers.
yeah. Gotta pump these numbers up.
Yeah.
This is a mess. This is just a giant mess. We're
Do you want us to lean our phones down a little bit so you can watch on both of these screens?
Yeah, that's how it works.
so how are you enjoying your post album success?
What success?
Post album high.
You guys sell a lot of CDs? I mean,
define a lot.
Both shows were packed.
Yeah, the shows were really
Both
good, and then
release shows
and then
were packed.
shortly after that, we opened up for Islander.
Islander,
and
yeah, how was that
fucking
show?
awesome. And that was for a Tuesday night. That's the first time I've ever even been to Carnahan Hall.
Oh, really?
And for a Tuesday night, like it was pretty packed. I was surprised. I was shocked. I didn't think a lot of people were
I
going to
was
show up.
really
but-
bummed I missed that, but it was my birthday.
Yeah.
I spent that here with the family, and then I was planning on going out after the kids went to bed and
It's a
everything.
good thing. I mean, we planned for your birthday, calling you up on stage,
Oh, yeah.
ball gagging you, and whipping you with a belt, but
Yeah.
Man, I missed out.
you missed out.
I missed out.
I miss getting beat.
No, I had planned on going, but I'm like, you know what? I got to be up at 4 a.m. Like, I probably just shouldn't.
Right.
I could do that like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
No,
and then Andres made a lyric video for The Black, which
I
has
saw that.
not had a lot of views. I
Hey.
don't know.
Go check out the lyric video for The Black, guys.
Yeah, check out every
It's a good album.
Arkose, The Black.
It's in my car currently.
He finally listened to it. I let him borrow the
It's in
CD.
my car
Right.
currently.
I think on Spotify, I think we recently passed like 200 streams, and Matt and I's project, Far Cry from Innocence, recently passed. Hold on,
He's looking up the metrics, folks.
I'm looking up the metrics. See all songs. I gotta find all time.
We're not on Spotify. None of my bands are on Spotify.
20, almost 23,000
Wow.
streams for,
Damn.
for 2 songs. Now, granted, they've been out for a while now, but
So-
one of them just got re-released.
Still pretty good for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for 2 songs
Yes,
and a band like I haven't even heard that.
I mean, it's just the 2 of us, and we just got together and recorded. And then we recorded these songs, I don't know, probably 6 years ago.
Okay.
For a record label called Versailles Records out of Tennessee, and they're tribute songs, so they're cover songs. So one of them is Aerosmith's Ragdoll, and the other one is Metallica's Four Horsemen.
Okay.
And then so they did the Millennium tribute to Aerosmith, Millennium tribute to Metallica. And then recently we found out that they did like a tribute to Metallica the 80s. Like it's all just their thrash stuff. And they
Yeah.
decided to use the Four Horsemen for that too. So
Nice.
Nice. That's
some
awesome.
renewed
You know what I saw yesterday?
interest. And I hate that. Like out of all the recordings I've ever done, the Four Horsemen is my least favorite.
Well, you should have done Mechanics.
No, I mean I love the
Same
song.
song.
I love the song. It was just it was a dark, like bad period in the day that we ended up doing vocals, and I had hard drive crash, and it was just it was a nightmare recording the song. So we ended up sending in like a product that was like just kind of half-assed, I guess.
Ouch.
So didn't work out real well.
You know what I saw recently that really pissed me off? I saw a tour announcement, and Megadeth is opening for Five Finger Death Punch.
What?
Yeah, it's Bad Wolves. Okay, cool. Bad Wolves and Five Finger Death Punch. That makes sense. That's a tour that makes sense because
Yeah.
like that Five Finger Death Punch brought up Bad Wolves. Megadeth in between the two. I'm like, what?
They should be headlining that show.
Oh, absolutely. But unfortunately, Five Finger Death Punch is bigger than Megadeth now.
It does. It is.
God,
sad.
that's
It's
ow.
sad. I mean, and I hate
my
saying
soul.
it's sad because I
Well-
used to really, really like Five Finger Death Punch back in the day, and it over time, like especially these last few years, I've definitely steered away from them.
As they started shedding like the cool songwriting and then started donning like the
I
wife
think-
beaters and the flat billed hats.
Well, it's not even wife beaters and that; it's like full on Juggalo gear now.
Oh yeah,
It's bad.
I don't know.
It's like they have their own specific line of gear, and it's basically Juggalo shit, and I hate it. And I think a lot of the writing had to do with the label. Like
Right.
I think they were pushed to do certain writing, and
Yeah, that happens a lot
well,
too.
they got in a big battle with their label to get off the label because they were fucking done with it, and so this last album, And Justice for None, which is like a straight rip off of And Justice for All.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they called it And Justice for None, which
Fuck
is
them.
stupid title. But the CD itself was actually a little bit better and going more towards the right direction. If Five Finger Death Punch has a right direction, I liked it. I liked it enough to say it's not bad. It's better than it was. So I'm just hoping they kind of go back more towards doing the metal.
right.
Like the more
No,
like
yeah, their first album they had some catchy.
the first two.
I don't know about their second.
Oh,
one, but I know
War
the
is
first
the
one,
Answer
but-
is way better than Way of the Fist.
Is it?
Like it's a more cohesive record. I mean, it's definitely got better production.
Yeah.
The first album, it's just Zoltan recorded everything.
Right, but
and
I'm
just
not
sent it
necessarily
in.
talking about the production though, just the songwriting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because that was my biggest issue. Like, if you think about it, like they're a very talented band, and the singer Ivan, whatever,
Ivan Moody. Yeah.
he's got a good voice. He
I mean,
can sing
I
his
mean,
ass
he was-
off.
he
He's
was-
got it's unique.
He was awesome in Moto Grader.
Right, he was in Moto Grader, but like with them, it's like I don't know, man. Their original, I just don't get into their original stuff. But their like some of their covers, I'm like, okay. Aside
Yeah.
from the Offspring one, that was fucking.
What, you didn't
god-awful.
like that one?
No, that was fucking.
I thought it was
terrible.
better than House of the Rising Sun.
No, I like House of the Rising
And
Sun was built for like a
Blue
little
on
bit of
Black. They did Blue on Black too.
That. Yeah, and that was. I guess I'm indifferent on that one. Maybe their covers are starting to suck now too.
Mama Said Knock You Out. They did that one.
Yeah,
Did they really?
It was cool. It was a
Yeah.
cool version. They put Tech 9 in it.
Yeah.
So
I like Tech 9.
Yep. Don't call it a comeback.
Been here for years.
Rocking my peers, putting suckers in tears.
Tears.
yeah.
Putting suckers in fear, making
Yes.
the tears rain down like
Like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. Explosion!
Oh shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good song.
Yeah.
No, I did. Megadeth doesn't belong there. Megadeth belongs either ahead or not on that bill at all.
Right, but
Put Shine Down on that bill.
here's what you get. You got to remember, like, Five Finger Death Punch is where it's at now for the younger like rock crowd. But
For the Octane crowd.
Megadeth will go on and outlive Five Finger Death Punch as I mean, they're already legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they will continue to be. So, 50 years from now, like when everybody's like Five Finger what? They're still going to be like Megadeth.
Yeah,
Fuck
Megadeth.
Like Five
Rest in
Finger Death
peace.
Punch has not. I'm not even a Megadeth fan. But Five Finger Death Punch has not put out anything in their catalog that it comes anywhere near what Megadeth has written.
Right.
Like it's just not the same quality of song.
I agree.
So
I completely agree.
I know you do. You fucking hate them.
I love Megadeth.
I do love
I've
I
seen
don't
them
mind
twice.
Megadeth. I don't mind
now
Megadeth.
I'm jealous.
I've seen them twice too.
Jesus.
Nice.
Actually, no, I've seen them once, and the other time was in the East Side 9 movie theater for the big
I
four.
was
So I
at
guess I've
that.
seen him 3 times then.
I was at that.
Me too.
Nice.
They had to have somebody come out and tell the crowd to calm down a little bit during Slayer.
I wasn't at that showing.
Oh my god. No, the showing we were at. So I was confused. I thought I was actually going on live. It was just a recording. I was like, God damn, the turnaround on stage is insane. And that
Dummy.
was 10 years ago, guys. That was fucking 10
Was
years
it?
ago. That's crazy.
Jesus.
That was it was summer 2010.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I remember during Metallica's set, everybody like up front, like Corey Parks, Ray Carlisle, and Austin Smith were all up there, and like I hear Corey just fucking like the Master of Puppets solo, just yelling, just singing the solo, and it was hilarious. I was all the way in the back because we got there late, and all of a sudden I hear, yep, there's Corey. There's Corey. I mean, everybody's kind of singing it, but he's just belting it.
That's awesome. It was kind of when I saw it with one of my buddies. It was just there was like dudes in front of us, like we're gonna like try to mosh pit to Slayer. I'm like, in your seats, good luck.
Yeah. No, I remember when Slayer came out, like halfway through Slayer's set, like one of the guys from fucking East Side 9 or whatever came out. It was like, you guys need to calm down. We'll shut this movie off. Something along those lines.
Like,
I was
do you
like,
know
damn,
what we're watching?
it's a movie theater. Slayer fans are getting crazy.
Weird. Slayer
But
fans
to
are
be
getting
fair,
weird.
I mean, I caught Slayer's farewell tour in Chicago last summer. It was fucking badass.
Never got to see Slayer.
Anthrax. I saw him twice.
Was that with
and
Lamb of God?
It was Lamb of God, Anthrax, Testament, and
Fuck, that'd be
Slayer.
sure. I've seen
And
Testament.
somebody else. Was there somebody else? Maybe
Jesus,
not. I
that's
don't
almost a
remember.
big four itself.
Right.
I mean, Lamb of God just barely fits in there, but Anthrax, Testament, and Slayer, like that's a big four thrash itself. Like Slayer fits into
That's
the
only
big four, but like Testament should have probably been in the big four.
Testament, I think there's a lot of bands for like
They're
the
on-
fifth.
Yeah,
Like
they're
the
on
fifth Beatle. It's like
they're on
nobody
the
really
outskirts.
knows.
They're just
But
like
it's like
right there on
Testament,
that end of that
Exodus,
circle.
I think would be one.
Exodus been up there too.
Yeah, Exodus for sure.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Megadeth, it was Testament, Megadeth, and then Slayer. And we were in Chicago, and my buddy, he's like a huge Megadeth fan, we got there, like, saw Testament, they ruled. Megadeth played for like almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then Slayer's was come on after. And it's already like 2 a.m.
Jeez.
and he's like, let's go. Because we had like a 2-hour drive. Like,
Yeah.
all right. So I never got to see Slayer.
Oh, man.
Damn.
I
They
saw
played the
Megadeth-
entirety of Rust in Peace, though.
Nice.
The whole album.
Yeah.
I saw Megadeth at Mayhem Festival. I
Nice.
can't remember which one it was. It's probably one of the last ones I went to.
It was not 2014
No, I didn't.
because
go
I
to
was
that one.
there that year and Megadeth was not.
2014, I believe, had no, because I was
What year was that?
2013 or 2014 had Mushroom Head.
2014 because I saw Mushroom
Yeah.
Head, Korn,
That was when they just came out.
Body Count, fucking Ice-T and
Body
Body
Count.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I'd love to see Body
Dude,
Count.
they came out. They played Cop Killer. They had cop lights on all their fucking gear.
Oh, fuck
So
yeah.
it was badass.
I'd love to see. I love Body Count.
Yeah, they put on a
I
good
missed
fucking
that one.
show.
I really wanted to go to that because of Mushroom Head. I was a huge Mushroom Head back in the day.
Upon a
Mushroom Head
Burning
fan.
Body, they were there at
Oh
that
shit!
show. Korn was the headline. Well, no, I think Avenged Sevenfold was the headliners.
Yes, they were. I
Yeah,
remember.
because
what
we
year.
left after Korn. We were like, all right, we're
Yeah,
out.
that's okay.
When I went to Mayhem, it was Amon Amarth, Mastodon.
With the Viking ship?
Yeah, the Viking ship. Mastodon.
That's already a good lineup.
Five Finger Death Punch.
Never mind.
Yeah.
And the headliner was
Rob Zombie.
Oh, it was Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a killer lineup.
And I think that
I'm
was
not a big Rob Zombie fan, but he puts on a hell of a show.
that
I was
the-
going to say
that
the same
was-
thing. I've never seen him, but I imagine
that was the good one because that was the one for they had Teenage Nosferatu Pussy.
Yes.
That album.
Wasn't that like the Hellbilly Deluxe Part 2? Or
No,
was
that
not
was the album before that.
Like American
And-
Witch or something like that? No.
No,
I don't remember.
Hellbilly
I
Deluxe
got
2.
that album.
Hellbilly Deluxe 2, he was touring on in 2010.
Okay. I got the one,
And-
the Teenage Nosferatu Pussy. I have that
That
album. I
CD
can't
is
remember what-
great.
It was pretty good.
Hellbilly Deluxe 2, not so much.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't get Hellbilly
But the
Deluxe
next
2.
CD had like the cover of American Band. We're an American Band. Holy
Yeah.
shit, that cover is great.
When I saw them, they had like this giant screen and like it was like pyro and stuff, and they were playing like Ultraman and like old Godzilla stuff during shit. I'm like, this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
His wife was in it for
They
everything.
came
for
out
no
in those
reason.
giant. They were playing guitar in those giant suits, robot suits and shit.
Yeah.
They had the giant Dracula walking on stage.
That'd
Yeah,
be
that
pretty
was a
sweet.
good show. That was a fucking good show.
I'll tell you what, like, as long as they put on a good show, like to me, so Matt called recently and he's like, hey, I guess his grandparents got tickets to go see Bret Michaels. Okay.
Yeah.
So they had a death in the family. So their grandparents are like, we can't go. Do you want 2 tickets to go see Bret Michaels? So Matt calls and he's like, hey, you want to go see Bret Michaels? And I'm like, nah,
Bret
not
Michaels
really.
or Poison?
No, Bret Michaels.
Straight up
Just
Bret
just
Michaels?
Bret
Okay.
Michaels.
Not even Poison, just
he
Bret
played at the Long Center or somewhere. And
He
it
played.
was
I think
just
he
like
played Lafayette Theater.
somewhere. It wasn't that long ago. It was just like
Yeah.
2 months ago. He's like, you want to go see Bret Michaels? I'm like, not really. He's like, come on, man, I got free tickets. I'm like, all right,
You
all
can't.
right,
You can't.
we'll
beat
humor
that.
it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's
so
free humor,
never have I
definitely.
seen, like, he put on a great show. Like, the dude lives and breathes music. I'm not a huge fan of Bret Michaels or Poison, but it was hilarious because we got our seats, and then, I mean, you notice right away, like, there's no opener. And then there are just 6 giant fucking posters of Bret Michaels' face on stage. And then
Yes.
There would be.
a giant video screen of Bret Michaels doing random shit, like almost kung fu kind of fucking just, here's Bret Michaels in flames and an explosion.
God
behind him,
damn,
like,
that's so 80s.
That's amazing.
and
That's
then
so hair
out
metal.
comes Bret Michaels, like cowboy hat bandana with a Bret Michaels cut off shirt on.
When you wear your own merch. When you wear your own merch on stage.
At your show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he did a costume change and changed into another Bret Michaels shirt later on in the show.
That was the new shirt they just released.
Dude, it was awesome. But I tell you what, like everybody in that band was like clean, sober. It wasn't a beer on stage. Like they put on a really, 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 really good show. And I left thinking, you know what? I still wouldn't have paid to go see that.
But I had a good time.
But it was a
fun.
good time, and it was kind of fun. We were laughing and joking and pointing shit out the whole time, and just kind of
Yeah.
like pointing out the whole rock star cliche. But that dude, like I said, man, him and his entire band like lives and breathes music. And
Yeah.
you can kind of tell.
Well, that's good.
and that's cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah,
You know who I saw like a couple years ago that put on a really good show that just it's completely out of left field, but I went and saw Jeff Daniels. You know,
at the Opera
from,
House.
Yeah, from
I
like
was
Dumb
supposed
and
to run-
Dumber.
Yeah,
Really?
Fucking-
I was gonna say from
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber, Jeff
Yeah,
Daniels?
Jeff
Oh, wow.
Daniels.
I almost
Like-
ran sound for that show,
No shit.
but I did not.
So, little backstory. He played there like a year or two prior to that at the Opera House. And my grandma, she always does like the food and stuff for the shows and all
Oh,
that.
right.
She helps with the food. It's mostly her doing the cooking, but so he had that. And then he said he offered her a job to come on tour with
Really?
him. Said, I want this kind of cooking every night because we don't normally get this. Normally we get fast food or hotel food.
Yeah,
But like this is what I love. I love this home style, like good old cooking. And so she's like, I appreciate your offer, but the road is not the place for me. I mean, she's 70 something. And
yeah.
like, so
That's adorable, though.
Dude,
That's
could you
awesome.
imagine what it would be like right now if she said yeah? Like
right.
you just call your grandma every once in a
Yeah.
while. I'm like, yeah.
I was
I'm in
like, I
Poughkeepsie
think
right now.
I told her, I
like,
was like, I think you're missing out.
living that rock star life. She's just on
Yeah.
the tour bus getting high. And getting like, it's for my glaucoma. I swear.
Pounded Jack Daniels.
I don't know if that'd be my grandma. I don't know if that'd be maybe my other grandma on my mom's side, the one that tried to get me high on Christmas in 2008. You're 18 now. You can smoke weed with grandma. Wish I would have taken her up on that because now I can't do it. But Valerie McTeague, Delphi represent. Yeah.
Yep.
But no, so fast forward, the Opera House is trying to get Jeff Daniels on since he's going on tour again.
Yeah.
So they tried to book him. He said, I will only come if Tina Tyner makes fucking food. You know,
That's
I
awesome.
don't think he said makes fucking food, but
He might have.
he might have. I don't know. If she's making the food, I will be there. So
That's
sure
awesome.
enough, she's like, well, yeah, I'll make it.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
So she asked me, she's like, so Jeff Daniels is coming back in town. Do you want to go to this show? I was like, yeah. She's like, all right, well, the tickets aren't cheap, so that's your birthday present. Like, because it was like maybe a couple days after my birthday. Or no, it was. I want to say it was either a couple days after my birthday or it was on my birthday. I can't remember, but so yeah, I went. She got me like a front row seat.
Nice.
I was like, God damn. And he plays like acoustic shit, you know. Just and he does stuff with his son, Ben Daniels. His son is the one with the band. So after like 4 or 5 songs, he leaves and lets his son do like a little bit of the set.
Oh, right on.
And then he comes back out and they do more. And he's telling stories throughout, and he's playing songs, and like that one of his songs was about it's called Real People Not Actors. It's about those commercials that are like car commercials saying these are real people, not actors. And he's like, he thinks it's just bullshit because it's putting actors out of business.
Jeez.
Yeah, he had a lot of great songs. You know, it was all really low key and just a lot of fun. Even the serious stuff, it was really heartfelt and great.
Nice.
It was just good music. It was a good night. It was a good time. I didn't get to meet. I met his son because I went behind the scenes afterwards and hung out with my grandma while they tore everything down. And so we're all in there chatting and stuff. And his son comes in, talks to us for a brief moment, and leaves. And we're all waiting to see if Jeff comes back and says anything. So next thing we know, he just walks by the door with his dogs. Just walks by. We're like, oh, there he goes. And then pops back out, pops his head in. He's like, bye, guys. I was kind of hoping I could meet him because that'd just be really cool. I mean, it's Jeff Daniels. I'm like, I fucking grew up watching Dumb and Dumber and My Favorite Martian, the movie.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, shit, he was in that,
and
yeah.
whatever else he was in. Speed.
Was he in
He
oh,
was
yeah.
in Speed.
He's in Speed?
He wasn't like a main character. I mean, Keanu Reeves, but yeah, he was in Speed.
Was he part of the Cans? It's just Cans.
He was like his Keanu Reeves' partner or something in the beginning of the movie, and he got shot. So he was out of commission the rest of the movie. Like he had like a sling and shit.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I feel like you saw him in a lot of '90s movies.
Yeah,
but
he
I
was
just can't remember the
definitely.
titles of
It's
his.
like
can't
bit
remember.
roles.
Yeah,
I can't remember all the stuff I've seen him in, but he did that one show, Newsroom, not long ago, a couple years ago. And
Yeah.
that was really good because you see that clip on Facebook of like it's like, why is America the greatest country in the world? And then he's like, oh, I'll answer that. And he's like, we're not the greatest country in the world.
Yeah,
He
that's
goes
an
on and on.
awesome- that's a
it's
really
powerful.
awesome
That's
line.
from Newsroom,
Right.
which that's a show I've always really wanted to watch, but I never got around to it.
I watched that episode. It was
Yeah.
like the first episode too. And it was really cool. I wanted to watch it, but
Yeah, it's really cool
Just
seeing
didn't.
him in a serious role. He did something else recently too that I think it was like a Western or something like that.
oh yeah, he was in. There's a Netflix Western. Fuck, what was it called? I watched it with my grandpa.
I didn't get to watch it. Then he did Dumb and Dumber 2.
that is true.
Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen Dumb and Dumber 2?
I have not. I try not to watch the sequels and
You know,
reboots because I don't want to ruin
so
my childhood.
there was a
Gomez, what up?
There was Dumb and Dumberer, which we just probably shouldn't talk about that.
right.
It had Bob Saget and Eugene Levy, so that's cool.
Eugene Levy is awesome.
But it's not worth mentioning. That movie's just not. That's like a what should have been like a straight to DVD. That's like American Pie Band Camp.
Oh my god.
Which also has Eugene Levy. Which out of all the American Pie spinoffs, like Bandcamp's probably the best one. That and Beta House. But we don't really talk about those movies either.
I'll have to brush up on my American Pie
Dumb and-
spinoffs.
Dumb and Dumber 2. It wasn't like the worst movie. Like once you get past like the first 15 minutes, which is like just nothing but like we're running this joke, and this joke, and this joke, and this joke, and this stupid shit from the first movie. We're like, we're getting all the nostalgia out of the way. And it's just ridiculous. Like
Really?
one thing after another, after another, after another for like 15 straight minutes. And it's just like, are we gonna get to the story or what? Then the story actually goes, and it's decent. Like it might be worth a watch. Like if you see it on TV and you got nothing else to do,
I was gonna say,
go for it.
him and I both let out the and it was like, we're not watching that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the. We're gonna watch it.
it's one of my recommendations where I'm like, I don't really give a shit if you do it or not.
I got yelled at by my buddy at work today because I told him I've never seen No Country for Old Men. He's like, "What the fuck?"
I've never seen that.
And like he was yelling at me.
It's a good movie, but I'm not shocked that people haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Like, I'm not like,
seeing
what?
it.
You haven't seen No Country for Old Men? It's such a classic. It's not.
that's a great.
But it is a good movie.
That's a great segue. So one of my topics for tonight was, what is a movie or movies that you were most proud of that you saw in theaters?
I know one that I'm least proud of that I saw.
Does The Lion King count?
I saw The Lion King.
I think the first one,
Yeah.
the cartoon one.
Yeah,
One with JTT.
I haven't seen the new one.
I haven't either.
The one with JT.
Fuck, I don't know. I remember seeing like Batman Returns in theater, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm the most proud. Like, it was a great movie, but
Yeah.
what most proud of?
Like what's like a classic movie that people like love and you think back and it's like, oh man, I wish I would have saw that in theaters.
My parents made me go see Titanic with them.
I saw Titanic.
It was
I
boring.
didn't see the theater. I saw Titanic.
I think
on
I saw
VHS.
it.
I saw it in theater. It was boring as fuck.
I think I saw it 2 or 3 times. I was in kindergarten when that movie came out.
Space
so.
Jam,
Nice.
hands down. Space Jam.
Nice.
Oh shit! I saw
Saw
Space
that
Jam
in theater.
too.
I can't remember if I saw that in theaters or not. I don't think I did. I think I went to Video Express.
Yeah,
I saw the
And
Power
rented
Rangers
that.
movie in theaters.
I
saw
'cause
that in
if I
theaters.
saw it, I was young when it was in theaters, so you must have been like
I
really
think
young.
it came out in 96 or 97. So I
Really?
would have been 7 years old.
Okay. I thought it was earlier than that. But yeah, I guess that's right. Because, all right, so Michael Jordan came back from baseball in 95, 96 season. So I guess that's probably about right. Because that was kind of like one of the subjects of
Yeah.
the movie, I guess.
Back 9 glory holes.
Oh, Catman.
Let's see. I'm very proud of the fact that I've seen every single Star Wars movie in theaters. Today.
Every single Star Wars movie except for
Well-
the important ones.
No, I've seen those in theaters.
They re-released them.
They re-released them
too.
and like
Okay.
they started re-releasing them in like 95 and like around then.
Right. About the time
But
George
they were,
Lucas
they were the
redid some
special
of them,
editions.
and,
So
yeah.
I didn't see the original before.
So you haven't seen, yeah.
before
Okay.
all the stupid edits, but I can say I've seen A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi all in theaters.
That is pretty sweet. I have not seen those 3. I have seen episodes 1 through 3 and 7 through 9 in theaters. Hesitantly. Actually, I did not go see 8 in theater. I did not go see 8, and I'm not upset about that
I
at
wouldn't
all.
be either.
Because I think 8 is by far. Well, there's episode 1. So there's episode
Okay.
1 and 8, like kind of
Look.
on par for the worst Star Wars movies of all time.
There's like 2 types of people in the world. There are those who think episode 1's the worst, and those who think episode 2's the worst.
I'm the episode 2.
I'm the episode 2 guy. I like episode 1.
I think episode 1 was the worst by far.
The
The
only-
only thing good that came from episode 1 was Darth Maul, and they need to bring that back. They kind of already did, but
I mean, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan were pretty badass.
yeah,
Pod
but-
racing?
Yeah, I don't
Pod
know,
racing
man.
was okay.
I don't
And
know.
Watto.
To be fair, I don't think 2 is much better. I am
it's
not a
not.
fan of the prequels.
It's not.
I'm not
3's
really a
awesome.
fan of the new ones. Really, the only Star Wars movies I like are episodes 4, 5, and 6. I do think
which is understandable.
well, for me it was more about like the movie magic. Like it
Yeah.
was practical effects. It wasn't CGI. It wasn't like, I mean, anybody could argue that even the story in the original 3 really wasn't that great. Like it wasn't a phenomenal story. It was a
No.
cliche kind of story, but there was something about it that was like believable and you felt like you were really there. And as a kid, I don't know, whatever. But fast forward, like, what did you think of the new Star Wars?
I loved them. Mine.
Not,
Okay.
not all of them. I mean, episode not like the newest, like
Rise of
the last,
Skywalker?
the end of the,
I
the
loved
series.
Same.
Did you?
I
Okay.
loved
Same.
it.
I
You
did
know, it's really fast paced, especially in the beginning.
Right.
But I mean, look at Rogue One. Rogue One was like the first 20, 30 minutes of it is just nothing but jump, 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 jump.
Yeah.
This character, this character, this character. We're on this planet now. We're on this planet now. We're on this planet. Like it's just a fucking
It was
mess like
super
that.
fast. Yeah.
But once it finally gets to the point where it's rolling,
Yeah.
and the pace kind of slows down, but it's where it needs to be.
It was the most enjoyable Star Wars movie to me that's come out in my lifetime. I will say that. But I think it was a lot of that was just pure nostalgia.
It was.
It was like, let's bring back everything. Here we go. Like, come on, you're next. Come on, bring it all back.
Well, apparently,
bring it back.
There's the J.J. Abrams cut, which is apparently 3+ hours long.
Wow.
So they had to condense that down because Disney was like, no, not 3 hours.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot to fit in. I mean,
Abrams,
there really was.
apparently all that half hour extra is, or 40 minutes, whatever it is, all it is nothing but cameos and callbacks from original shit.
Really?
So it's like, it's just nothing but fan service, which
Right.
I'm okay with.
Yeah, it worked out well in this instance.
What do you think of that Emperor?
But-
What do you think of the Emperor?
I don't know. I mean, to me, that was a
He was my favorite part of the movie.
lazy kind of.
Well, okay, bringing him back.
Let's get.
yeah.
What are we gonna do? How are we gonna wrap the? Oh shoot,
Yeah.
man! We backed ourselves into the corner. Hey, let's bring the Emperor back. Like he just fell down a shaft. Nobody really knows what happens. Even
He
though
fell
the
down a
Death
shaft
Star,
and exploded.
Even though the Death Star blew up.
Well, he blew up before the Death Star.
Yeah.
True, he did.
Like, there's all that energy, which is supposedly his spirit.
Right.
No, I mean, okay, I thought it was a little shoehorned in, and I was waiting to see how they did it, but I was okay with it because he was fantastic in the movie.
It did make an interesting movie, and it was cool that the guy who played him in the original
McDermott?
trilogy came back and played him again. Like I said, it was a cool wrap up. I will say that now that it's done and the Skywalker series is like done and over with, wrapped up, that's probably it for me. I am retiring from my Star Wars fandom. Like, I will always cherish episodes 4, 5, and 6, and then that's it. I don't have to go see anything. I don't have to pay attention. Everybody's like, have you seen The Mandalorian? I'm like, no, fuck that. Baby Yoda, fuck you.
Honestly, Mandalorian's probably the best Star Wars you're gonna get.
It's true.
It might be, but I just
really
don't care about Star Wars that much
magic.
anymore.
It is mostly that movie magic. Where
Really?
It's like practical effects.
And Baby Yoda.
It's almost all
Carl
practical
Weathers,
effects. Yeah, Carl Weathers is in it.
Werner Herzog.
I heard that Bill Burr, like the comedian.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, Bill Burr's in it.
He's in it.
Like Bill Burr's made it known that he's not a Star Wars fan before.
Well, he didn't seem too happy about being in it.
Well, I saw a.
He was very Bill Burr in that episode.
I saw something. It was like because him and Jon Favreau are friends, and Favreau's like, "You should do Star Wars." Like, but I don't like Star Wars. He's like, I know it's funny.
That sounds very both of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking Star Wars.
God. Oh, I love Bill Burr.
He's definitely one of my favorite comedians.
Yes, just because he's so raw.
Yeah.
He's so raw, and he tells it. Like, I mean, he's just bitching about things he hates.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's my favorite kind
he's
of
just
comedian.
doing nothing but complaining about the bullshit in life, and it's all 100% true.
Right.
You get it. That's why it's so funny. Is because it's so real.
Speaking of comedians, I get to go see Nate Bargatze
I don't know who that
on
is.
Saturday. He's hilarious. He's kind of a clean comedian, actually,
Yeah.
but he's still like observational, self-deprecation, like that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. Like kind of like that dumb guy that's just like, yeah, I know I'm dumb, but he's pretty hilarious. And I've been following him for a while. And then somebody got me tickets recently, so I'm like, hell yeah.
One of my newer favorite comedians is Tom Segura.
Love Tom
Tom's
Segura.
great.
I
Tom's
like
great.
that. I like that guy. I'm also. I mean, I don't know who's not a Joe Rogan fan these days.
Right.
Like whether you're checking out his comedy act or
Or
you're checking out his podcast.
Yeah, that was my intro into podcasts was
Oh, really?
watching Joe Rogan. I'm like, oh, this is
Dude,
cool.
it's- Like, and the cool thing is, like, you don't have to watch or listen to every episode of his podcast. You can literally cherry pick it because he does so many.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this person. Oh, I know this person. Let's check that one
Yeah.
out. Like, he just had Robert Downey Jr. on there.
Yeah.
That would be a good one, I feel like.
I think my favorite episodes are the ones where he brings like scientists and shit on. They're explaining shit to him, and he's like, "Whoa, really? Like,
You've done DMT?
have you done D&D?" He's like, they're like, "Oh, this is your show. I hope I'm not talking to you." He's like, "No, man, I'm just some dumb ape. I want to learn this shit." Like he says that, like, "I'm just some dumb ape. Don't mind me. I'm just listening and learning."
Right.
Like I love he has such a curiosity about himself. Like he doesn't care what you're about to talk about. He just wants you to talk about it,
Right.
and he'll chime in. If he doesn't know if he doesn't know jack shit about it, he'll just be like, "That's really cool." Like,
Yeah. He just seems like an all-around dude, like an all-around good dude.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You think of people that like celebrities that you wouldn't mind meeting, and
He's among them, yeah.
Joe Rogan, I would say, is up there. And I don't
mean-
know, like, I know he does comedy, and I know he used to do like, what was it, Fear Factor
Factor.
or something?
Yeah, Fear Factory.
But I don't know. I mean, aside from comedy, Fear Factor, and his podcast, like, I don't know what else he does. Like
MMA.
He lifts weights, yeah.
Yeah,
at
he
least.
he does commentary for UFC. That's
Does
about
he?
it.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
That's
Like,
it.
I knew it looked like he worked out.
Yeah, that's all he does. Works out like crazy. Does like 5 podcasts a day. He's high the entire time.
Jeez.
He is.
He's either high or
Yeah.
tripping.
Oh man.
One of my favorite episodes, and this guy's been on there a few times. His name's Paul Stamets.
Yeah.
He's a mushroom guy. He studies psilocybin mushrooms. It's awesome. Hearing him talk about mushrooms is just
When,
super fascinating.
When are we doing the mushroom episode of podcast?
I have yet to try mushrooms.
When it's
and
legal, it's illegal, sir.
I mean, I've never done mushrooms either.
I literally haven't. I'm working my way
Yeah,
up to that because I would really like to try it. I want to trip once and then I don't really care about that. I want the benefits of psilocybin mushrooms.
Yes.
I've said that multiple times on this show. It's like there are a lot. It's supposedly to help Alzheimer's, the onset of Alzheimer's, which I'm finding Alzheimer's runs in my family a little bit. So it's like that'd be really cool if I could maybe stop that or slow that down.
Right.
If it's happening, I honestly don't. I don't feel like I'm as sharp as I was, and so I mean I don't feel like I can remember as much as I used to be able to, and I don't know if that's just like stress related or just the onset, the slow dragging onset that it is. I mean I feel it's definitely way too early
Right.
at this point. I'm only 29 right now.
Have you tried brain games on your phone?
Game? No, I have not.
Maybe that'll help. I don't know.
I have been. So there's
Have you tried giving up?
Have you tried Sudoku?
tried giving up.
Because I have.
There's
doing
another
it.
mushroom called lion's mane.
Yeah.
Called lion's mane, and it's supposed to help with memory and focus. So I've been taking lion's mane capsule supplements for like the last couple months, and that seems to be like it gets my mind going. It gets my mind jogged, throughout the day, especially if I've had like coffee with it and shit.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot. Yeah. So movie. What's a movie you're proud of seeing?
Oh, I'm trying to think what I saw. I don't remember.
I've seen Toy Story. I saw Toy Story in theaters.
Shit, yeah, so have I. You know what?
Like
Oh,
the
Toy
OG
Story.
Toy Story?
The OG
Yeah.
Toy Story. I saw Casper in theaters.
So did I.
Oh,
I saw
was
Indian
that-
in the Cupboard in theaters.
I remember that movie.
I think I
was a
saw that
good
one
movie.
in theaters too.
Yeah.
I saw Casper at the mall theater. You remember the
I
theater
remember.
at the mall?
I vaguely remember that theater.
I did that
That's-
theater a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
it
pretty
was-
sure I saw.
Dude.
I think I saw Homeward Bound there.
Oh shit! Okay, that was way before I could see movies in theaters.
That was before Michael J. Fox had Parkinson's disease. That was before Ozzy Osbourne had Parkinson's disease, which that was just yesterday.
Yeah, that was
apparently,
recent.
You got
That was
that. So-
Let's see. I've seen, now that I'm thinking about it, I've seen so many movies in theaters.
Yeah, I don't know any like movie.
All 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Nice.
I saw the first one, maybe the second.
I saw the first 3. After that, I stopped watching them in theaters because the story was done. Why keep making them?
Guess I'd
Let's
better
go ahead
too.
and make 2 more. The first of the 2 sucked. Second one is actually pretty good. Dead Men Tell No Tales. That one was good. I dug that one.
I have a story for a movie that I'm least proud of that I've seen.
This is a 5 Finger Death Punch documentary.
Yeah, it was a 5 Finger Death Punch documentary. They're all like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr," the whole
5
time.
Finger documentary punch.
No, one of my buddies, one of my good friends, we're hanging out. And he's like, "Hey, we're gonna see this movie. You want to go?" I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, "I don't know. It's about vampires." I'm like, "Cool. I like vampires."
Twilight.
It was fucking Twilight, and I had no idea what Twilight was. And that fucker, I we sitting there. I'm like,
Did he do it ironically as a joke, or was
he knew
really
what it
like-
was and thought it was hilarious that I was gonna go.
Okay, I got you.
because
I'm not gonna lie. I saw both Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2 in theaters.
I only saw the first one because I remember like when it started happening. I'm like, okay, vampires. I'm like, and they sparkle, and I'm like, I look straight at him, and I'm like,
What the fuck is this?
His mom was there too, which should have been a clue. Like, yeah, go with my mom. I'm like,
I want to say the worst movie I've ever seen in theaters was either First Sunday, which I believe is like some like weird like kind of sequel to the Friday movies, because it had Ice Cube, but I don't know if it was the same characters. I've never seen the Friday movies.
what?
Yeah, I know.
Dude, the first Friday is the fucking best.
I've never seen them.
The other two aren't that great, but Friday's.
Well, First Sunday was not that great. It had like Cat Williams, which I like Cat Williams, but it's like there wasn't enough of him. It was just a terrible movie. Another terrible movie I saw was One Missed Call.
I've never even heard of that movie.
Exactly.
I know that. I saw what movie? I think it's called like The Uninvited or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It was fucking terrible. And like I'm halfway there, I'm like, can we just leave?
I think
Like,
I saw
a whole group of us.
I
went,
think
like,
I saw that in theaters too.
Like, can we just
I did
leave?
see that in theaters. That movie sucked. That's the one where the girl, she's like crazy, and then she was finally allowed to come home, and she's with her sister the whole movie, and they're trying to get their stepmom because they think their stepmom's after them, but it turns out she's just crazy, and her sister's actually dead, and she's talking to her dead sister in her head.
I don't remember because it was so bad.
It
I'm
was-
like, we
it was
should have been
terrible.
uninvited to this movie.
I'm honestly like disappointed in myself for remembering that much.
I don't remember like all the. I'm sure I've seen a lot of bad movies in theaters. I don't go to the movie theaters very often. I do
Yeah.
know that, and when I do nowadays, it's flashback cinema. So I go and
Hey,
watch old
that's-
classics.
There you go.
Right, but the one that I saw recently that was a huge like letdown was the new Rambo movie. It
Oh,
was
really?
kind of
It was a letdown. I have that acquired. I have it through. I acquired it through means.
so you haven't watched it yet.
I
though?
haven't watched it yet.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
It's like an hour and a half of build up for like 5 minutes of action at the end.
Interesting.
Now, I will say the action at the end is badass.
Yeah.
Like there are
I
some
really
badass
liked-
parts.
I really liked the last Rambo movie.
That's what. I heard
That
the
one's
last one was
insane.
good, and I actually did not.
That's the
see
one where he gets on the minigun and he's just mowing people down
For like 10 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's graphic and it's awesome.
Right. I somehow or another didn't. I missed that one. I haven't even seen the last Rambo.
That's the
movie,
one
but-
where he's in like Thailand or
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Yeah,
or some
Vietnam.
shit.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
he's
Vietnam.
just and some family comes after him. He's like, "Hey, our people are out there. We need your help to get them."
Right.
And he's like, "No."
Well, the person I went and saw
John
it with was like,
Rambo.
"Yeah, it wasn't nearly as good as the last one." I was like, "Yeah, no, Rambo 3 was badass," and he's like, "No, there was one
a
after
fourth.
that," and I was like, "Was there?"
There was.
It's like I totally missed that. I had no idea.
Rambo 3 is great because it's so ridiculous.
yeah.
Oh, man.
1 through 3. I mean, I don't
First
know.
Blood.
Those
First Blood
are
Part
movies,
2.
Those are movies I've seen, but I haven't seen. If you know what I'm saying. Like, I was a kid. I didn't get them. I just watched, like, bits and pieces. So I need to actually watch all three of those.
I'd say go back and watch all 3, but if you don't have time for all 3, at least watch First Blood, the first
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Because they drew First Blood.
Yeah. No, it's just a badass movie, like, in general.
I'm a
He
big
fucking
Stallone fan.
Pops
so
out of the
I'm
mud
all
and
for
kills
it.
people. It fucking jumps down and kills a
Yeah.
boar with a fucking Bowie knife. Like, it's just badass all around. Like, hands down better than any of the other Rambo movies. Although, like I said, 2 and 3 are still great movies. But I don't think anything can come
3
close
is,
to...
3 is ridiculous.
I saw
love it,
the last good Die Hard movie in theaters.
but Die Hard 2?
No. Die Hard, wow. No, definitely not Die Hard 2.
Not Die Hard 2.
No, Live Free or Die Hard.
Was that not...
Which some say it's not that great. I liked it. I liked it a lot. That's
I don't think I've seen that one yet either.
that's the one with Justin Long and
Justin Long?
Timothy Oliphant.
In a Die Hard movie?
Yeah, and, Kevin Smith's in it briefly too.
Well, Kevin Smith shows up in a lot of movies
Yeah, he
nowadays.
This one was different because it was all over the internet. It was hackers hacking into the United States mainframe, like infrastructure.
Oh, I did see that
And
one. I did
so
see that.
Justin Long's a big hacker, and he helped build part of the algorithm that helped the terrorists do it. And so that now they're after him, and somehow they get in like those two, like Justin Long and Bruce Willis meet up, and it's like, goddamn. But then the
Jeez.
last movie, A Good Day to Die Hard, terrible.
I didn't even know there was... I thought Live Free, Die Hard was the last one.
Nope.
I am
Die
behind
Hard-
on the times.
Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Live
then is
Free,
it
Live Free or Die Hard. Live Free or Die Hard.
Why isn't there a Die Harder?
Die Hardest. What about Live Soft?
Live Soft. Live Free or Die
Live
Hard. So
soft,
that's the
die
one,
easy.
like the terrorists end up with his daughter. So that's what's on the line. Besides, the United States of America.
Duh.
The next one, he teams up with his son, who's been like super hardcore, like I'm an FBI or CIA agent type thing. He's like a badass guy. He's been in Russia, undercover. Somehow they end up teaming up. I don't remember because that movie sucked so bad. I just did not commit it to memory.
I think I've only seen up to 3.
That same
With
here.
a Vengeance, yeah. I mean, some consider that to be the last good Die Hard movie. I consider Live Free or Die Hard because I liked it. I liked it
Right.
a lot.
Hey, it's all right. You like what you like, man.
I saw
Yeah.
300 in theaters.
So
That's pretty kick-ass. I did not
kick-ass
see that
movie.
one in theater, but I've watched it about 300 times since then. Maybe not that many times.
There aren't too many more classic big name movies that I can think of, and I know I've seen a lot of fucking movies.
So, like I said earlier, like I like to do the flashback cinema.
Yeah.
So I went and saw Top Gun recently
Nice.
in the flashback cinema. But when I was young, we went down to Alabama and I had an uncle down there who's really into like just high quality like audio visual. He's always been a big music guy and he's always had like Bose fucking sound systems. And so he had like, I don't know if it was a projector or just a huge fucking TV, but it was like before that was common.
Yeah.
We're like mid 90s, like 94, 95, somewhere in there. And we go to visit. And I'm a little kid. And he's got like the speakers like built into the wall, surround sound, like that kind of thing going on. And they put Top Gun on. We watched Top Gun and we watched Terminator 2.
People told other people, "Hey, I got fucking money."
Right.
You
He did.
You
He
see
did.
that
He
fucking
had
wall? There's
used
a
to be
speaker
lawyer.
in it.
Yeah.
There's a fucking speaker in that wall. I
Apparently
have money.
He was a lawyer
Flex.
or an attorney or something. But anyway, so we watched Terminator 2 and Top Gun, and like just the experience of watching those two movies, like it changed the course of my life.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
Especially Terminator 2.
that's how
That is the
people.
best Terminator.
Yeah.
That's how people were like, you see that thing? I might not have a big dick, but I got that thing.
Right.
I got a big wallet. I got a big checkbook. Flex.
I'm trying to think any like movies, any like super big movies to see in theaters. It's a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of bad movies because they're amazing.
You and your bad movies.
I love it. I love it. I haven't watched anything really crazy. I watched the third John Wick.
I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies.
What?
I need to.
They're
Missing
good.
out, yeah.
They're good.
Yeah. 'cause
The third one is like
They're right
there's
up my
so much
alley.
violence, and I'm like, I'm getting tired. Like he's doing all this shit, but I'm getting tired.
like they sound so up my alley in terms of ridiculousness.
Yeah. They're pretty action packed. I mean, I'd definitely say it's one of the modern, gonna be a classic someday.
Yeah. They're just fun
That
movies.
makes me happy. Makes me really happy.
So we tackled the movies. Can we switch over to TV shows? Because I found out recently that you're a Californication fan.
Yeah.
And that
I
makes
watched
me
all
happy
the-
because I tell people all the time, I'm like, it's one of my favorite shows. They're like, I've never heard of it. I'm like, how have you never, like everybody loved the X-Files.
Oh,
I feel like
love
the natural
Californication.
progression is to watch, like, what does Duchovny do next? He does Californication.
He does
Fucking-
Evolution first.
Well, okay, aside from the terrible movies he's been a part of,
Yeah. I loved Evolution, but it was a bad movie.
it was hilarious.
It was
but yeah.
hilarious. Sean William Scott.
Yes.
Orlando Jones.
Yep.
But you're right. Yeah, it was a terrible movie, but it was a funny, terrible movie. But Californication was, I feel like, a great show.
Fucking show.
A great show, and
I-
I feel like it's underrated, and I don't meet people who like it or have heard of it or anything like that.
I watched the show. Well, so I watched it. I watched one episode live on TV, and then for years I never touched it. And then it came on Netflix. So of course I started watching it, and I finished it finally. Which I don't think they ever shot like a final season for that. The final season ended up being, or the last season they did was the final season. And
Yeah.
I don't think they ever finished it. I think it got canceled before that happened. But no, so you found this out through. I shared a memory. It says, I know I shouldn't watch Californication tonight because I'm just gonna end up depressed. my caption for that was, I ended up watching it that night.
Yeah. It was. probably did get depressed.
I did. Well,
it was a roller coaster. It was an emotional roller coaster.
There's there's all this time he spends and all these crazy things that happen in his life, and then towards the end of the episode, he's all alone, left to reflect on shit, and he's he's alone, so he's not with he doesn't have his family with him or the love of his life with him. He's just left to reflect on his own. And I identified with that crazy, and I had just gone through a breakup at the time, so if and that's why I was I'm just gonna end up depressed.
Not the show to watch if you've just gone through a breakup.
I'm just gonna end up depressed. I should not watch this.
Or if you're just single in general, I don't think it's the show to watch.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say desperately single, but single, but you don't want to be.
Right.
But it's so weird that we do that, because when we're depressed or feeling blue, what do? We listen to sad shit.
Oh, dude, I am a sucker. I've got so many sad song playlists that it's if I put this on, I'm just gonna be depressed and I'm gonna get
Be real sad.
And then I do it and I get a couple of beers in and it's fuck it, I'm listening to Taylor Swift's Back to December again right now. And then I sit there and I listen and I cry like a girl.
When I was in high school, it's
yeah.
I'm not feeling that happy. I'm gonna listen to some Seether and Stained.
Yeah. I hate my dad music.
They hate my dad music, but somehow it's just really good if you're depressed.
Right. Yeah, some of those songs are classics.
Yeah. Fucking Californication though. It's a hilarious. If you ever get a chance, watch it.
I'm pretty sure I watched the first season of it because I remember.
It gets hilarious
as
you go on. The first season's semi-serious.
Yeah.
But as you go on, it gets kind of crazy. Do you remember when they were talking to the Hollywood finance guy and they found him in the bathroom hanging up from autoerotic asphyxiation, and Hank goes, "I'm a big fan of the occasional choke and stroke, but this is a prime example of why one must always use the buddy system." It's
the show was just crazy, and it was great. It was a great
show.
And one of the best quotes was I think he's reading the script to the life story or whatever that he's putting out, and he's like, "I get it. It's about a guy who's trying to put himself together while his whole life falls apart."
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. That is the perfect description of this entire show.
Right. I think it was more along the lines of if I could fillet myself while farting the White Album, I think we'd all be happy. Or something along those lines. Something about filleting yourself and farting the White Album.
There was so many just...
All right.
It was just a fantastic show. I can't recommend that. I can't recommend that show any more than I possibly can.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the first season. So
I'll just keep watching.
I watched some of it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's on Netflix anymore.
No,
That's where I watched it.
I've got the entire series on DVD.
Nice.
My parents got it so finally this year, instead of just writing down stuff, I made an Amazon wish list.
I put
that on there. I was like, I need I've seen the entire series probably 2 or 3 times.
Nice. I tried to do the Amazon list thing for my mom because she's always like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know. Here's my Amazon list." Right. She's like, "It won't let me see it." I'm like, "God damn it."
So my parents ended up getting it for me for Christmas, and my mom's like, "Oh, what's the show about? I might like it." I'm like, "You're not gonna like it." And she's like, "Well, what's it about?" And I was like, "It's got fornication in the title."
Yeah.
I mean, there are tits.
I mean, there are tits.
There's tits. There's drugs. Lots of drugs.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. There are a ton of rock and roll cameos.
Yes.
Henry Rollins does
Sebastian Bach's in it.
Great fucking interview with Henry Rollins. I think it's in the first season.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sebastian Bach, fucking Zach Wilde.
Sebastian Bach's in it a lot too.
Yeah.
I think.
He's also in Trailer Park Boys.
Wasn't Redman on there too?
RZA.
Oh shit, nice.
From Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Yeah, ain't none to fuck with.
Yeah.
He was RZA's fucking awesome.
He was that actor when
something Samurai.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name.
Some fucked up name like badass Sam. I don't know.
That sounds like something RZA would do.
Yeah, it's something Samurai. Yeah, the show was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it had a ton of cameos, a ton of music cameos.
Yes.
And then a ton of if you're a big fan of literature, he had a ton. I mean, because he was a writer.
Yes.
He had a ton of good like classic literature references and stuff like that. So
I've been watching the show on Hulu. It's What We Do in the Shadows. Have you ever seen the movie at all? It's fucking.
think so.
It's Taika Waititi. The movie's Taika Waititi's movie. It's about vampires in New Zealand, I think. The movie is, but
he's
they're like
New Zealand.
But they're like old, like Victorian era vampires.
Really?
And they all live together. And it's fucking hysterical.
Awesome.
Well, the TV show is that, but they're in Staten Island. And it's
Taika
different.
Waititi's hysterical.
Yeah.
Like-
It's different. It's very British. There's a lot of British humor, like British style humor. But their best part is they have because it's 3 vampires and they have a roommate, and their roommate is named Colin Robinson, and he's a energy vampire. So he feeds from like boring people or like annoying them. So he works in an office. So he's like be like, hey Janet, so the water cooler, like he'll just like go on and on. You see the people start turning pale and like falling asleep. And he can feed on other vampires. So they like walk into the room, they're like, oh hey Colin. He's like, what are we doing in here? I'm like, nothing. And he starts like just training them. It's so great.
Nice.
There's an episode where they go to like vampire court. There's like a big trial, and they're like, it's like this big. There's all the vampires are here. Well, all the ones that can make it, and then let's go around and introduce themselves. And it's Tilda Swinton, because she was in a vampire movie.
Okay.
Danny Trejo, because he was in Dust Till Dawn, and Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens, because he was in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. And then they go all around. It's like, oh yeah, and Wesley's here too, and it's Wesley Snipes, but he's Skyping in.
Wow. Nice. So it's a self-aware movie.
Oh, it's a
show.
Yeah, it's so good.
what's it called? In the Shadows?
What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows. Okay.
I highly recommend it.
Nice. I've been watching. It's a docudrama series on Netflix called Roman Empire.
Yeah, you told last week about that.
Oh, okay. No, it's just like so it's like your typical drama, or they actually play out the scenes, but occasionally during the scenes they'll like do the documentary thing where they'll go to people that they're interviewing and they'll talk about like that moment in history or whatever, and it's like the first season's about Commodus and Marcus Aurelius. It's just cool shit. It's just cool shit.
It sounds pretty cool.
It's very violent.
I like violence.
It's a very graphic documentary. Like I never thought I'd see some of the shit I've seen on a documentary in this. So it's cool. I recommend it.
Are there boobs?
There are boobs.
I'm in.
There are boobs.
Sold.
I'm in. Sold.
Other than that, like I haven't really been watching much. Brett Rasmussen, I'm falling asleep.
Just grab a pillow. It's a lot comfier.
Did I say that right? Rasmussen?
It's Rasmussen.
Rasmussen? Lance was like,
Oh,
no.
he's probably wondering about my singing life. There's a fun story that goes along. So Brett is Lance's brother.
Oh, okay.
We were working together one day, and I don't know if it was just loud. I don't remember what, but he asked how the singing life was. I thought he asked how the single life was. So I was like, it's good. Like, it's lonely every once in a while. He lets me go on for like 30 seconds, and he finally looks at me and he's like, I said the singing life. I don't give a fuck about your single life. I'm like,
Yeah, he sounds like Lance's brother.
yes, definitely Lance's brother.
That's awesome.
I felt like such a dumbass. I was like, okay. So
Yeah,
you don't care about my single life? But see how it is.
I'm gonna go cry. What's this either?
What is Arkose up to these days?
We have been writing a lot. We got a show coming up.
Got the follow-up coming?
Yeah, well, I don't know about a follow-up. I think we're talking about just doing like EPs and singles
Okay.
from here on out for a little while. But we've got,
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I think we've got like 3 or 4 new songs. 2 of which we played.
Yeah.
And then we've got one new one that we haven't played yet that will be debuting in February.
I'll be at that show.
Yeah, February 28th at North End Pub, because that seems to be the only place we can get shows now for some reason. But I don't know. I think Alan busts his ass like trying to book us shows, and then like half the time we're just like, no, we can't make that work. So,
Hey, the North End Pub is just a great place to play. So.
no, it is.
Yeah.
I love playing there. But I'm kind of ready for that. Like, I'm sick of playing like 3 to 4 times a year, and that's it. I'm ready to kind of branch out and do some more stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
3
but
to 4
it's-
shows a year is very light
right?
for most bands.
No, it is. It is very. Yeah. I mean, shoot. I played the last cover band I played in. We played it almost once a weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, if not twice. We played 2 shows in one night one time. It was like
Damn.
the county fair somewhere, and then we jetted back to Delphi for the Delphi River Fest. Got to open up for country megastar Jason Michael Carroll.
No idea who that is.
But yeah, I'm
It's
used to
Megastar.
playing more live shows out. So yeah, but we're all older, and nobody, like, that's why Alan and I decided to go to that show a couple of weeks ago. It's like, we need to get out. We need to be a part of the scene. We need to go check out some shows.
For sure.
Like, I just never think about it anymore. I'm always thinking of other things to do, and then I don't go out much anymore. So it was like,
Yeah.
we need to represent. We need to get out there and represent Arkose. And
Alan will hopefully get to represent more because him and I are starting something now.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Did you guys practice that?
No,
day?
we did not.
Uh,
He couldn't come. Alan couldn't come, and then it's the domino effect. Once one person says, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it," then at some point later on, "Hey, I forgot I had this plan,"
Right.
and then I gotta be like, "Hey," to the one remaining person, "Hey, don't bother."
yeah. Oh, it happens all the time for like Arkose practice
Yeah.
and everything else.
I
It's-
remember.
Yeah, like, yeah, can't make it. We were supposed to practice last Tuesday, but let's not talk about the disappointments of the Arkose.
I think that's every band. Man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it is.
Again,
it
it's
is.
just the domino effect. It
It
happens.
is, and but I mean, I think back to like Pain is Our Forgiveness days, and we used to practice like 2 or 3 times a week. It was whenever we got off of work and we were all able to, and then we'd practice on a Friday and Saturday night, but we'd just invite all of our friends, so they'd show up in our garage and we'd play our 7 songs, and then we'd take a break and go drink beer, and then we'd come back out and play our 7 songs like in a different order. And that was, how I met
those
Lance, because
days.
that one night, like, fucking 2 car fulls of people just like showed up, because that's where the band plays. Well, it was Lance, and his band blacked out at the time, so that's how we met them in the first place. So
Okay.
none of this, I don't know if any of this would be as it is right now if it wasn't for those days.
Nice. So
But I also try to keep in mind, like, I was 19, 20, 21 years old when that, during those days.
So,
I'm 33 now.
how
so it's
is
like,
it that Andreas ended up in Drench/Arkose and not Bryant Ballard?
I don't know. Well, Bryant ended up joining the Navy.
Oh, I
After-
didn't even know that.
Yeah, he did. So it was Pain is Our Forgiveness, and then when I left, they did Behind Dying Eyes, and then like the ashes of that was like Bryant and Todd did Burn Like Rome, I think. So
I
anyways,
think Andreas is a better fit regardless. But
no, he was, and Andreas was there from the start. Like, and I tried to get Bryant in the band for a while because he was dating my sister.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to get this kid in the band. We got to get him in the band. And then it never happened. And then finally, Squire's like, yeah, well, ask Brian if he wanted to be in the band. I was like, I've been saying this for like a year, 2 years now. But Brian, he was a hell of a guitar player.
Yeah.
But it was like the dynamic of like between Bryant and Andres, like it was competitive. So, and Bryant was a little bit better than Andres because Bryant had been playing like his whole life. Andres pretty much picked up a guitar, I don't know, a year before joining Pain is Our Forgiveness. And even then, like,
And look at him now.
well, the only reason we even let him in the band is because when he showed up for practice, he had his hand all wrapped up. He's like, I punched a frat boy in the face. We're like, you're in. That was it. Like,
Wow.
That's all it takes.
no joking. Same. I mean, that's how we got it. Pretty much everybody in the band was like, we can hang out. Cool, you can be in the band. Like Todd was a terrible, terrible bass player for a while there. And
okay.
him and Squire got drunk one night,
He
and then we
doesn't
all
need to
got
be
drunk
good.
together, and we were like, hey, you want to be in our band? Like,
Bass
in our
players don't
band.
need to be good.
first show.
That's false.
The first show that Todd played with us, I don't even think we had him like turned on. I think we
That's
just had his
exactly.
amp off.
It's all
It was for
You
looks.
just need someone
He said
there.
vicious that.
yeah.
You just
He
need
just
someone
jumped
there.
around a lot, and but yeah, I don't know. I think Andreas and Lance just kept in touch a little bit better, and then Bryant ended up joining the Navy and moving away
Okay.
and becoming, kind of He always had little man syndrome.
Yeah, he's a little man. I was gonna say I haven't seen Bryant since high school.
The last time I saw him was at Pain is Our Forgiveness' last show, in which Squire tried to kill me for reasons that we won't go into. And then I talked to Bryant. I don't know. It's been a couple of years now, but no, it wasn't a couple. It was like a year and a half ago because I was in Arkose, and I was living. Squire and I were roommates, and he's like, "Yeah, you ever talk to anybody else in the band?" And I'm like, "I live with Squire." He's like, "Holy shit! Like last time I saw you, like he wanted to kill you." It was an emotional night.
We worked it out.
We did. Yeah, we worked it out.
He's trying to kill me every day.
No, so there was a lot of drama back then. But
Yeah, we all.
But Andres kept in touch with Lance, and then Lance and Squire and Andres started their little thing.
Yeah.
And then I think they went into that last episode. Was that 111? See episode 111 for details.
111, 110, somewhere around there. Arkose After Dark. Just look for that.
It's a good episode.
It was. It was a really good episode.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun.
We listened to some songs.
Yep. That's why, after 2 or 3 hours went by after the episode and you hadn't called me, and I was worried. I'm like, he's never going to call me again?
Well, to be fair, I went to bed.
Excuse. That's an excuse, I feel like. That's an excuse.
I'm recording an EP this Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Are you?
Yeah.
By yourself? Or?
No, just me. Yeah, it's just me shirtless screaming. It's called Dave Shirtless Screams.
Nice.
No, Dave and the Linders are doing an EP on Sunday.
That was quick.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like straight live? Like,
we're going to record it live, I think so.
nice.
So how is Dave and the Linders different from yesterday's Chips? Good.
Well, there's more talent in the band. There's more members. So Dave and the Linders is it's 2 guitar players.
Okay.
A saxophone player.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, saxophone.
Fucking sweet.
It's a little like, it's still me in it because, like, I'm a punk rock guy.
Yeah.
I'm a punk and metal guy. So it's still me yelling over stuff, but there's a
Right.
saxophone now.
Nice. So now you're yelling over a saxophone.
And then all the songs on Dave and the Linders are all written about movies I love.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what to write. So I'm like, you know what? Movies.
Hey, you go from...
That's awesome.
You go
Yeah.
from writing about food to writing about movies.
I'm right
Your
about
two
what I know.
loves. Your 2 loves.
Right about what I know. I missed the chips. I missed yesterday's chips.
We all do.
Wait, are
But
you guys not together anymore?
We're missing a member, either a drummer or a guitar player,
Gotcha.
because Mike can do both. And
I know a drummer.
do you?
Yeah. Yeah, he played drums for Pain is Our Forgiveness for a long time. He sings now and he's really busy, unfortunately.
Damn it. That's where we get all the time. We try to find someone.
Yeah.
No, which is kind of, we're on a hiatus. I say we're on a hiatus,
Right.
but we still want to do it, but we're all busy. Like Mike just bought a house. Tyler's in Ope, and Ope's doing fucking great.
Yeah.
So
They're getting ready to record.
yeah, I think this week. I think.
Ope.
That's a great name for a Midwestern band.
Yep.
They're Midwestern hardcore.
Nice.
They're really good.
That's something I wish I could bring a little more to like Arkose, like the hardcore
Yeah.
thing.
There's a lot of times like I feel like I'm listening to Hatebreed when I listen to them,
Well, I don't want to go that hardcore.
but in a good way.
I don't know about that.
It's like, well,
To me, it's like leftover crack choking victim because
Ooh,
there's
I
some
love
ska
Choking
thrown
Victim.
in there.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
well, just the way Jake's vocals
Scott
reminds me
Radley.
a lot of Jasta's.
Is it Choking Victim that did 500 channels?
500 channels, yeah.
That was a great fucking album.
I love that song.
Yeah.
They're really good. Tyler plays bass in that.
Hopefully, my band starts doing something real soon.
Because it's you and Alan.
It's me, Alan, Christopher Scott, and Aaron Crick so far.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I
You
got.
don't have a bass player?
Nope, no bass player yet. Still looking,
I got a bass.
but you don't have time.
I know, but I'm just throwing things out there.
I know
I
a
have-
bass player. He's doing a lot of vocals lately.
Yeah.
I have 2 basses.
I got.
Can
that
I play
one. It's
them?
not mine.
No.
Yeah, I'm really. I just told him I was like, I just want to write a bunch of bangers.
Yeah.
Just like big ass songs that are fucking heavy. I was like, I was like, I don't care how often we play. I don't care how often we practice. I just want to I want this to be a very casual thing because most of them have band. I mean, Alan, he's got Arkose. I'm like, I don't want to drag you away from your bands or your lives. I just want to jam here and there. Maybe the main thing I want to get out of this is I want to record and mix all of our music.
Right.
So like that's so I can have something physical that I've done, and I can show people, hey, look, this is me. I did this. I did this with these people, and it's just one way I can definitely get work as a producer,
Yeah. That's
audio
true.
engineer.
Yep.
Like, what better way to get work than with your own shit? So
It's true.
I'm very excited to get that going whenever that goes.
I'm excited to hear it.
Me too.
Yep.
So hopefully nothing happens and everybody can show up this Sunday,
Right.
and hopefully it works. Hopefully we can make it work.
I was just
I
thinking
hope so,
today
yeah.
how much I
I'd
miss
be
being on a
curious to hear.
stage. So,
Yeah,
Same here.
With band number one and then getting on stage with Arkose as well, I'm like, yeah, I got to be on stage again. I got to do that shit again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm missing it too. That's one of the reasons for the cover band. It's just like
yeah, you just wanna
get out there and actually
get
do
out
it.
there. Yeah.
That's-
Everything else, like Matt and I, like we've got Far Cry for we haven't even done anything with that in years, but it was never like we never had a full band, so it was never going to be we're going to go play on stage. But we did start with Lance. We started a thrash metal project called Electric Timber, and then I don't know, like just turned into a giant hiatus. Like we just stopped practicing one week, and now Matt and I are kind of like, when are we going to do this? Like. So we'll see. That was pretty cool. We recorded a couple of songs with Electric Timber, and they never saw the light of day. So
it's okay. I recorded a couple songs with Drench that never saw the light of day.
right,
Choose to exist.
which is a great fucking song. Like I don't know why. I might petition for that song to be included on the next album because I
Pop it
do
back
like that
out.
song.
I'll go on stage with you every single fucking time I'm there.
Hell yeah.
I'd watch that.
I'll be on the album. Just tell me, hey, I want you on
Heck
the album.
yeah.
I'm there.
I like doing that stuff. I always loved it when I'd go see a band and they'd have somebody else from another band.
It's a really cool feeling.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I remember. I'm not a huge Linkin Park fan, but I remember seeing the Project Revolution tour, 2004, 2005, and the Used was one of the openers on that tour. And Bert from the Used came out and sang, I think, "Faint" or "Numb" with Linkin
awesome.
Park, and I was so fucking like, so cool.
Meteor is like one of my all-time favorites.
Right, it is a great album. To me, that was like their last great Linkin Park album, but.
Minutes to Midnight was all right, but
I think they did good albums. They just got real light and real like.
well, they didn't want to
It's
do the
almost
same
like
thing twice.
modern Phil Collins or like something, just
They
kind
never
of
wanted to do the same thing twice. They wanted to keep mixing genres and see
Right.
what they can make.
understandable. Yeah,
But they still had it because there's that video surfaced of they were practicing and they're like, hey, do you want to do heavy? Mm-hmm. So like there's fucking Chester just screaming the song Heavy.
Yeah.
And it's like he's like, take that, you fucking hybrid theory fans.
nice.
Are we fucking posers now?
I saw that he
Killed himself like a month
didn't
later.
some band put out like his original band before Linkin Park just put out a song, New Eyes or New Days or something like that.
I don't know.
I feel like I saw something recently on Spotify or on the
That'd
news
be
somewhere,
interesting.
but.
That'd be interesting to check out.
But speaking of the Used, they are going on tour again.
Yeah.
They put out a new song with, I want to say Aaron Butler from Let Live and Fever 333
Yeah.
or 333 or 300. I don't know I have no
Man,
idea.
So about that tour, almost every show is already sold out.
Is it really?
Yes.
Damn.
Because I was going to go because there's a band supporting them called Dragged Under.
Okay.
And I'm a really big fan of them because their guitarist, Ryan, he has a YouTube channel, which it's like a gear junkie channel where
Right.
he answers questions about like audio and shit. And he's fucking fantastic. I'm wearing his last band shirt, Rest Repose, which ended up turning into Dragged Under. The sound was so different going into this next recording session that they were like, this isn't the same. This isn't the same band.
Right.
We don't have the same members. This isn't the same sound. Let's call it something different. So I highly recommend. They just came out with their debut
I'll have to
album
check it out.
last
Dragged
Friday.
Under.
Dragged Under. I think the album's called "The World Is in Your Way"
Right.
or something like that.
I'll have to.
It's got a really cool like energy. Like Every Time I Die.
I love Every Time.
Oh
I
yeah,
Die.
you'll dig it. I was not expecting the vocalist to sound like the way he does. He played bass for Rest Repose, and then when they kicked their singer out, he just filled in for on vocals. And
That's pretty cool.
Fun fact.
fun fact.
The guitar player for Every Time I Die now wrestles on
Yeah.
AEW.
Yeah, he does.
Andy Williams.
Yeah. He's a big fucking dude.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
His name is the Butcher. That's not Andy Williams. It's the Butcher. He's the tag team Butcher and the Blade.
I could see that. Yeah, he is a big dude.
He's got the big handlebar mustache and wears a monocle.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I had my recommendation. That's my recommendation of the week. Check out Dragged Under's latest album, The World Is in Your Way. I think that's what it's called. Just look up Dragged Under. You'll see the shit. It's great music. Check it out. Do you guys have anything you want to recommend for the week?
I think I do. It's not like new or anything, but I recently discovered them.
It doesn't have to be music. It can be recommend anything.
Oh, I'll do music.
I recommend Burger King. No, I don't recommend Burger King.
I recommend Taco Bell, but like that's everything.
Right.
They're a band from Australia called the Chats.
The Chats.
The
Chats.
Chats.
Okay.
They are
I love
CHATS?
Australian music, so
It's it's like garage punk. It's like I think they're maybe 20, 21, maybe not even that, but it's just like a 3-piece.
I don't know.
So
any
not like
music.
Midnight Oil, like.
No, not at all. Not at all like Midnight Oil.
I don't know any music that's come out of Australia that I don't like.
Check out the Chats. They're like
Okay,
garage
Chats.
punk, and they have a song called Smoko. Check out that song.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love Parkway Drive, obviously. Thy Art Is Murder.
Great band.
The Amity Affliction. Like
I didn't realize they were from Australia. Amity Affliction?
Yeah, they're from Australia.
Didn't know that.
I Killed the Prom Queen, that older band, older
remember
metalcore
them.
band. They're from all from Australia, and they're fucking badass. All of those bands are badass.
Oh, hey, David Linder's watching.
In Heart's Wake. That's
That's
more
pretty sweet. It just popped up. So
I hit the
In
button
Heart's
again.
Wake. They're a newer band, but they're from Australia as well. They're great.
yeah.
Of course, you got AC/DC, but
Midnight
whatever.
Oil, come on!
I don't know Midnight Oil.
What?
I know Midnight
Beds
Oil.
are burning. How do we sleep when our beds are burning?
I don't know.
It's not ACDC, it's Akadaka.
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 What do you got?
So I've just been staring at this little, your little collection up there.
Oh,
so
my pop finals?
right. My recommendation for the week is actually an old movie. The Emperor's New Groove. Because I see Kronk up there, and I'm like,
I thought you
can
were
we
saying
just-
Gremlins.
You're the second person in a week. So last Friday, I had Weed B on here.
Yeah.
For Happy Fun Metal Time. And Corey Guilford, the guitarist for Weed B, he's like, before we started, he's like, I like your Kronk pop.
Dude,
I'm
that's-
like, dude, yeah.
That is badass. And I think he was by far like the best character in that movie.
Oh, absolutely.
But can we just
Patrick
talk
Warburton.
for a second about how underrated of a Disney movie that is?
Let's
Like,
talk about how
super-
that
underrated.
should be one of the great Disney
Oh, yeah.
movies, and I don't think it is. I don't think people.
I mean, it's
consider
got
it
John
such.
Goodman and David Spade.
Right,
Fuck yeah.
it's a great movie. It's
But-
hilarious all around, not just Disney.
Let's talk about how underrated Patrick Warburton is.
Right,
Fuck it. I love his voice.
he's got the best one-liners in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeak, squeak.
The poison for Cusco.
Cusco's poison. Oh, dude.
Oh, yes, it's all
yeah,
coming
he was
together now.
great that movie. Such a good movie.
Yeah,
I hope they don't fuck things up and do a real life like live action.
If they do,
Emperor's
he
New
has to be
Groove.
in it.
I agree, but I just don't. I don't know. I think you'll lose some of that. From what I understand, I haven't seen a lot of the new live action ones, but
haven't
it just
either.
sounds like a lot of people complain about it losing some of the emotion.
Apparently, Aladdin was pretty good. I started watching that, didn't get to finish it because I came down here to do my show. I did my second vocal retrospective for the Fallen Mind stuff, and I stopped in the middle of that to go eat dinner, and while I was eating dinner, I watched Aladdin, came back down. So I only watched like 30 minutes of that. It was decent.
Right.
I watched the Lion King remake and I liked it
Yeah, I heard it's shot for shot.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I haven't seen it yet.
All right, let's go ahead and start cutting this one.
Wrapping it up.
Let's wrap it up. Any closing remarks, statements, comments?
Kyle.
Oh man, you got to give me time to think. I didn't have a speech prepared.
So do it right now.
I don't know. I pretty much talked about. I mean, we got Californication.
Yeah.
And we got Kronk.
I was very excited to talk about California.
I know. I was. As soon as you texted me, you're like, "You want to do the pod?" Like Alan backed out or couldn't make it or whatever, and I was like, "Dude, we're talking about Californication because I never get to talk about it with anybody because nobody knows who it. Nobody knows what it is for some reason. This is why I know that like mankind is wrong about everything. Like nobody knows what Californication is, and Emperor's New Groove is seriously underrated. So it's like, do we know what we're fucking talking about? Nobody knows what they're talking about.
I mean, the human race is just deserves to be.
We're doomed.
Meteor.
Right.
All of us gone. The Earth would be better off.
Send off series, the DVD series of Californication and a copy of Emperor's New Groove off into space.
Yep.
That way they can discover the good things.
Yep.
And
So,
and the chats.
In the chats. Throw those in there too.
I mean, you'll have Patrick Warburton playing one of his best characters.
Yeah.
You'll have a show that's funny and has boobs.
Yes.
And then the chats.
And then the chats.
I mean, they should have put that all on the Voyager discs.
Yeah, they should have.
Those golden records.
Voyager? No, they should have put them
Voyager.
on the Challenger. Oh, never mind.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Wow! Taking shots. Wow!
No, that wouldn't have worked out because Emperor's New Groove, nor Californication, nor the chats were out back then.
For either Challenger.
Oh,
or
and the mission didn't make it. It blew up or something. So
Voyager is officially outside of our solar system.
that's quite a voyage.
Yeah.
Voyage.
Well, it's not technically out of the solar system, but it's definitely out of range. Like it's passed into the next phase, which is way the fuck out there. It's crazy. Science.
That's crazy.
Science.
Dave, you got anything?
No.
I know you want to plug your shows.
I don't have to plug shows every
Plug
week.
your shows. Come
Plug
on.
shows. Plug shows.
All right, we got the
plug
D list, which you can catch every other Friday on the Journey to Comics Network, where me and my buddy John talk about terrible movies.
Okay.
We watch terrible movies,
And then they talk about
and
it.
we talk about them. What other shows do we have? Dungeon with Dudes. Look at Dungeon with Dudes. If you like that nerd shit.
Which we saw Throne of Iron this last week.
Yeah, we did. They ruled.
I loved when Tucker was like, I promise we didn't rip off the Scorpions in this next song. and then I started listening. I was like, dude, this sounds like the Scorpions. and I was completely okay with it because I fucking love the Scorpions.
Throne of Iron's so good.
Oh, yeah.
They did the Dungeon with Dudes theme song.
Nice.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
So
I feel like I need to expand my podcasts. So
There's a lot of great shows in the Journey to Comics
All you got to
Network.
do,
Right. I'll have to check them out.
I mean,
more.
you got iTunes.
Yeah.
You got an iPhone. I know because I get that iMessage when I text you.
Mhm.
Yeah. So hop onto iTunes or the podcasting app on there. Just search Journey into Comics Network.
Right.
And
It's hard. I mean, when I have free time though, like I have music going.
oh yeah.
And it's hard for me to pull myself away from that because I feel like
But
there's
it's
always
there if you need
something
it.
I should be listening to, and it's like should be music. I feel like, but like I said, like I've always enjoyed like Joe Rogan's podcast, and there's been
Mhm.
like one or two other ones that I've like paid attention to over the last couple of years. And yours, I try to like when I get off on a Wednesday or a Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. If I can catch part of it, I'll
Hey,
usually.
if you don't catch us live, you can check us. You can catch us in audio form.
Yeah, but then I can't bug you guys.
That's also true.
You still can.
That's also true. Well, I'll get the comments in real time.
Right,
It's
but
just the video's done.
yeah, so you can't answer them. You can't answer them on video. I'd
Nah.
rather just bug you live.
Yeah, you're right. It's always welcome. Bug
Right.
away.
Please.
Bug
Please
away.
bug.
But yeah, check us out. I mean, this is kind of like a plug for us.
Yeah,
Like we're Podcastrophe's on iTunes. Journey into Comics Network is on iTunes. If you could do Journey into Comics Network, you get like a show per day, like a different show per day.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's every day.
we have a movies show. We have a current event show. Obviously, Journey into Comics is nerd culture. Everything like they mostly talk about Marvel, Star Wars.
I'll tell you what.
There's
You
a wrestling show.
you keep having me come back, and I'll think about it.
Maybe I will. There's Brews with Dudes as
Bruce
Dave's
with Dudes.
Yeah.
wearing.
Plugging that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We had
good
a
times.
bunch of well, there's Adulting Ain't Easy, where it's a show where two of our co-hosts, like husband and wife, they'll just talk about being an adult like
Yeah.
the shit that they have to do. There used to be a show called Kids for Sale, where they just talk about being parents
Nice.
and the bullshit that goes with that. Then we used to have what was the song called? Butt Stuff, the Butt Stuff podcast.
Oh shit.
That was a trip.
Sounds like
These
it.
two chicks would just get high and just talk shit, talk whatever random shit. It was much like this podcast where it was just
Right.
whatever came to mind. Yeah,
That's what I like about this, though. I like being able to show up and like we don't have to.
like this show isn't.
Yeah,
themed
we don't have to focus on
whatsoever.
Arkose. I mean,
No, this show isn't
Focus on other
themed
things.
whatsoever.
We
It's just
can and
whatever
should.
happens.
like Emperor's New Groove
yeah.
In the chat.
All right.
in the chats.
It seems like this would be a Paula comments. It seems like this would be a good place to start a podcast.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and call it quits. This has been a lot of fun, Kyle. I'm glad
Yeah.
you came.
Me too.
I'm really glad. I still
Yeah.
can't wait to get Alan on here.
Right. And you could have us
And
both
he's,
on here.
Yeah, I know. And
I
he's,
love Alan.
he's such a
he's
character.
one of my 4 favorite members of this band.
Nice. That's awesome.
And then
So-
there's me. So
Thank you, Kyle, for coming.
Yes, thank
I'm
you.
glad
Yeah.
you could show up again.
it was a good time.
Dave, thanks for being one of the best co-hosts ever.
Oh, I don't do much. I just sit here and try not to let my gut hang out too much.
Let it all hang out. I got front row seat.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. So thank you, Journey into Comics Network, for being the Journey into Comics Network. You guys are great. Nate, you're great. Tyler, I miss you. Shout out.
I also miss Tyler.
I even miss him on Journey into Comics. Like, he hasn't been on Journey into Comics for a little bit, and I miss him doing that show. It's mostly just been Nate talking to himself, or Buckles.
Buckles. Yeah, Buckles
has
been
been
there
on
a few
there a couple
times.
times now.
I just saw that Paula. I think
Yeah.
that must be Lance because it says I would totally do an Arkose show again. But I think for the sake of this, we need to just have Paula come on here one night
Yep.
and just talk about
Lance, if that's you, sorry about you, but Paula's coming on. You have your
Yeah,
own
Paula.
Facebook. You have your own Facebook.
Why do you have to
use your
use your
own damn
wives?
Facebook. But thank you guys for listening, and make sure you check us out every week, possibly every 2 weeks. I don't know. It might happen. And please, if that is all, that is all. Please make every day a big dick day.
Day. I did
Day.
it right.
Oh.
Did I do it right this time?
Fuck. Terrible delay effect.
Fuck.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Woke up this morning with my dick in my hand. Girl is to the right of me, just like I planned. It's gonna be a big dick day. 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 Big dick day. It's gonna be a big dick day. It's gonna be a big